Hello. And welcome to Talk US News and Politics, where you regularly get updated with the latest on American politics. Please ensure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. In a lawsuit's never-before-seen testimony, Donald Trump admitted to personally overseeing the compensation of a government whose company perks had been under scrutiny through the Manhattan district attorney, probably strengthening the case against a previous president and his company for tax fraud. Trump's sworn testimony became filed in New York County Court on Tuesday as a part of a lawsuit in opposition to the Trump Organization over the manner its safety guards manhandled protesters outside Trump Tower in 2015. According to a transcript of the October 18, 2021, deposition, Trump repeatedly asserted that he oversaw the manner Matthew Calamari Sr. became paid for his work because the family employer's leader working officer. "It could be me," Trump again and again stated, while requested who had authority over Calamari's compensation. "That could probably make Trump for my part responsible for any tax dodging scheme, and more importantly, is useful proof in the grand jury investigation that has but to provide an indictment in opposition to him." That assertion sounds as though it's far negative to Trump's pecuniary interests and consequently is admissible in opposition to him. Even though it's constructed from courtroom docket and is hearsay, stated John Moscow, a famine former prosecutor who spent 33 years on the Manhattan DA's workplace. For months, three reassets familiar with the Manhattan DA's research have told the Daily Beast that investigators had been probing the manner Calamari became paid off the books with allegedly untaxed perks, such as an extravagant company condominium on the Trump Park Avenue in New York City's steeply priced Midtown and a Mercedes-Benz. Prosecutors went as a long way as having Calamari's son, corporate safety director Matt Calamari Jr., get hold of total immunity for ability crimes and testify earlier than a grand jury. The situations are much like the fringe benefits case that prosecutors have launched against the Trump Organization and its former leader monetary officer, Allen Weisselberg, who have been indicted final summertime season for tax fraud. Both have been charged with crook tax fraud, and Weisselberg faces trial this upcoming summer for receiving loads of heaps of greenbacks in company perks in lieu of on-the-books, taxed salary. Weisselberg acquired a luxurious apartment and training for his grandchildren's pricey non-public school. In Calamari's case, Manhattan DA investigators have been asking about the company perks due to the fact that as a minimum February 2021, consistent with one witness who became interviewed with the aid of using prosecutors. It became clear to numerous witnesses that prosecutors was hoping to leverage a long status feud among the Calamari and Weisselberg families, a Shakespearean drama over who's greater unswerving to the boss. However, formal prices have not begun to materialize in opposition to the elder Calamari. And prosecutors overdue final years indicated that they'd no current plans to indict him, consistent with his protection lawyer, Nicholas Gravante. Prosecutors ought to gift those newly to be had statements to the grand jury as extra proof tying Trump to something unlawful charge scheme the DA's workplace is alleging came about on the Trump Organization. It could be an unprecedented feat in an area like New York, wherein the court rules are a long way greater strict than maximum different venues. In maximum states and inside the federal judicial system, grand juries can do not forget proof that's deemed hearsay, otherwise described as statements constructed from court. The disadvantage is that the one's jurors can't examine an individual's bodily demeanor or gestures to gauge the weight to as it should be interpret what they're saying. Meanwhile, grand juries in New York typically best do not forget something if a witness is available in individual and testifies below. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this edition of the news. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.